And one thing led to another, whereby I started seeing this thing going somewhere. Went to high school, started organizing your beauty pageants. I'm the DJ, you know. Went to tertiary, still continued, even hustled myself in a radio station whereby I was not a professional radio presenter, but I had to convince them that I can actually make a difference in this radio station. And a friend of mine called Psycho had a show, and I had to come up with a feature. You know, every morning I used to wake up, go to the station, just to sit and try to figure out what is this guy doing. And at that time, I've got no clue. But for me, being there every day for about a month, I've learned one or two things. And one of these days, just accepted, said, "Hey, you're always here. What do you want to do?" And I told him about this feature called Mafasa, you know. So Mafasa, you propose ladies, because it was at a university, to an university. The station manager, Jeremy Thorpe, just walked in, asking us, "What's this thing you guys are doing?" We're like, "Nah, it's a prank call." You know, so I'm like, "Nah, it's a prank call, you know, we're just pranking people so that I take them out." Says people, I'm said, "Yeah, females." It's like, "Yeah." And now why are you using Vene? Because it was not on the Constitution. It was Afrikaans and English only. So I'm proud to say I'm one of the people, I'm actually the one that convinced the radio station to change the Constitution to include Venek. A new radio station opening within the school because that was small, and it was 20 FM. The very same person that I had a feature on his show couldn't make it to work, and because it was the second time he had to lie to the station manager and say, "Actually, DJ somebody's doing the show." At that time, I've got no clue what's happening on the desk. When the station manager called me, I said, "You know what, yes, I'm doing the show." And that was my break. I got there 2 hours before, asked the guy that was presenting before me to show me one or two things, and I actually went on air, and yes, I fumbled there and there. But I said, you know what, for me to relate to those people at home, because now at least they've grown to Atteridgeville, Pretoria West, Denville. I was in high school, and these people know me by this name called Sumbody. So I have to come up with features that can relate. So what I did was I went to town, Belem, because obviously if you're working at Metro FM, you've got that traffic from the helicopter. So I did my traffic with taxi drivers. So I went and convinced taxi drivers that you must tune in this channel, and I'm going to promote your taxi, and you must tell me where are the traffic cops. So it was... So then I started thinking, you know what, I need to grow into something. I can see I've hit the ceiling. I've been number one, I've won awards. I need to come up with something. Started creating annual events, started with my birthday. And I got an opportunity at this one outlet called Del Cruz. I've been hosting this event. I said, you know what, I'm actually tired of this, and I don't want to sell this business to anyone but you, because you've done well for me. There was the opportunity that I couldn't miss. I didn't have money at that time. He gave me a prize, $1 million, and I had nowhere to go. But I just said, you know what, I'm actually going to achieve this thing. There's a couple of savings from my DJing, from my events, and then I've got a business partner by the name of Kagiso Sitsetse. We grew up together. He called at the right time. He said, hey, my man, you know what, I know you've got one taxi. By the way, I've got taxis now. I know you've got one taxi, and I actually want to invest. I said, you know what, I've got a better opportunity if you're up for it. He says, okay, I just got paid, and I really want to make this money work for me. I said, I've got an opportunity for us. and this is how much we need. And I've got so much. But believe in me. He said, my man, if I give you this money, just know I'll be left with 20,000 in my account. I'm like, trust me. He trusted me. We went for it. First month, every night, 2 or 3 customers. Now he's getting worried. My man, you said you can actually, we're good in this business. I'm like, no, I'm working on systems, And one of this month, I think after a month and a half, things started rolling. I came up with systems. Obviously, we had to work on the menu. We specialize with African cuisine. I samp, stews and stuff. Started creating, flyers, Facebook. Now we've got the systems how to market our brand. Then I knew it was my birthday in 2 weeks' time. And I knew I had to go big so that market that's coming, I can actually capture that market. And that's how I captured that market on my birthday. We made so much money on that day, and I said, my man, you know what, we need to reinvest in this business. The look and feel, the furniture, because this is all furniture. We took that money, reinvested. At Sunnyside, people liked it, good furniture, saving bottles, but somebody couch, it's not like the banker, go to, man. So now I started creating the VIP that, what, I know I'm for everyone, but let me choose my own market. I don't want the mess, but I want the black diamonds. The one that gets paid 10,000 in nose can come chow 2,000 by my place. And I created VIP parties. So I created little seating for the beer guys, surgeons. For the beer guys, I made like 5 tables. The rest of the shop was a VIP. So you had to book a table, pay a certain fee, and that's how I managed to win this market. And our brand went well for a year, but we knew that we need to grow. So there's Mill Lane. So Mill Lane is like the Santen of Pretoria. So we were there ambitious. We said, you know what? Actually going to take this brand from Sunnyside, which is more like us, to Mill Lane. And people thought we were ambitious. We kept on calling agencies. And, the moment, some of them, when they see our brand, they don't like it. What's this Mohod? What's this pub? We managed to convince a company called Growth Point. I don't know if you know it. It's a big company. And they gave us a shot, and there was a breakthrough for us. Most of this establishments started believing that we can actually be in town as well. Yeah. Not just cars, because when you think of a black person, it's a Shabin, Kokas, Tavern, Kokas. So now, as you can see, a lot of, black people, they're out there. You go to Santen, you'll find someone's outlet, incented, they got motivated. Then we became more ambitious. We said, we actually want to take this brand to Mother City, which is Cape Town. Started looking for a place in Cape Town, and we couldn't find. We got one. We read the contract, because we always believe, don't sign anything, give it to your lawyer, especially if he's a building law. And so we found out that, okay, they gave us the space, but this place, it's on sale. So, and it even says if the owner decides he doesn't want this thing, your investment is gone. We left it, and we kept on looking for one, and God answered us. Today we've got a happy lifestyle in Cape Town, all the way from 0128, started in Sunnyside. We have about 350 employees that we pay every month, more than 70 suppliers that we pay every month. All the DJs, artists, Casper Nyoves, you're on my payroll. And that makes me happy, and I still want to grow more and more and more. And yeah, man, I can say most.